Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Everly Genie. If you're new here, karibu sana. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for sticking with me. Karibu, karibu, karibu. So today's topic is set boundaries like a pro. So boundaries is when you're able to just establish like what your needs. You're able to establish like your limits to someone. So yeah, that's how boundaries work. So basically you're just able to tell someone like, I can't do this. Maybe this person wants to talk to you, call you maybe for at 10 p.m. and you're not someone who sleeps late. You normally like you don't want to receive calls after 10 p.m. So you're able to like set your boundaries and tell them no, actually I can't receive calls after 10 p.m. So that's how boundaries work. So being able to come up with a few points to just help you to be able to just set boundaries. So number one, be clear and straightforward. So don't beat around the bush. Don't tell someone just tell someone directly, I don't like, and be kind about it. Don't be mean, don't be confrontational. Just tell someone, talk to someone in a calm tone, in a good positive manner. Tell them, I appreciate when someone calls me before 10 p.m. Or let's say you tell them, usually I'm very exhausted after 10 p.m. So usually I prefer picking calls at 10 before 10 p.m. So just be clear and straightforward, and they'll be able to understand if they're really someone who respects you, if they're really someone who is just worth of your time. They'll be able to understand that you don't like being called past 10 p.m. So just be clear, straightforward, and that's it. Then the other point is also get used to saying no and don't apologize for it. So then don't say, oh, I'm sorry, but I have to, just be straight and just say no. So start getting used to saying no, because when you're able to establish boundaries, you really have to say no to a lot of things, because people will come. Someone might tell you, I need you to, to run an errand for me, and then maybe that time is at midnight, and of course it's late first of all, and like you're busy, you're asleep, not even you're busy, you're asleep, or even not like that. It could be even during the day, and maybe there's something that you're doing. So just be able to learn how to say no. Maybe you have other commitments, someone just comes out of nowhere and just tells you, I need you to rush somewhere. Just tell them, no, I'm caught up, so I won't be able to do that. Or just tell them, just be straight, be upfront, and just say no and don't apologize for it. Then the other point is also restate your boundaries if need be. So sometimes when some people don't think that you're serious about your boundaries. So some people will test your boundaries. Some people will try to sway you to accept something. Maybe you're not a person who goes out. You maybe you prefer just doing daytime activities, so they'll think, oh, you can come, just come with us one time, just one time, it won't hurt. Then you're like, no, you have to restate your boundaries, like, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't, just tell them up front. And you have to be able to restate your boundaries if need be, because some people will really test your boundaries. Some people will try and convince you to be flexible with your boundaries, but you have to keep on restating until someone gets it in their head, like, oh, this person doesn't like going out, this person doesn't like they prefer daytime activities, so I'll look for them during the day when they're available, of course. So then reflect on the areas and the reasons for your boundaries. So be able to reflect on why you're putting that boundary. So is it about maybe your religion? You can't be able to do things because of your religion. Like, just really reflect on the reasons. Maybe you just don't like being told what to do, probably. Like, just really sit down and reflect, like, the reasons why you have to establish those boundaries. So that's when you'll be able to just put those boundaries in place. Once you're clear about the reason why you're putting that boundary, maybe you feel uncomfortable, maybe someone is taking advantage of you and you feel like you've been taken advantage of, you feel like someone is abusing your trust, or just wasting your time. You just feel like this is not a good thing, it doesn't feel healthy. You feel like this person has come too far. In Africa, we normally say, "Huyu amekuja sana," so they have come too far. So yeah, so just reflect on those reasons, and then you'll be able to know, like, truly why you need to set those boundaries. Then it's always good to set boundaries from the onset. So don't wait until something happens. Like, when you meet someone, it's the beginning, especially if it's a relationship or even a friendship. Like, just try your best to just set boundaries from the outset, because now someone will be able to respect it soon enough. They'll know, oh, this person doesn't like this. But when you allow certain things to happen, and then now you come and try and set boundaries, it becomes a bit hard. You get what I mean? So it's always good to set boundaries from the onset. If you see something, or if you see something that you don't like, just call it out. Set your boundaries, from the onset, because it will continue, and it will become like a habit, and it will be so difficult for someone to not to like to disrespect your boundary. Like, it will be so hard for them to be able to now respect your boundaries that you've set. So always try and set it on the onset. Then the other point is also be consistent with the boundaries. So don't be like, today, oh, I don't like being called at 10 p.m. and then tomorrow you're easy. Maybe it's a Friday, you're like, yeah, it's cool, you can call me, you can talk even up to 1. No, be consistent with the boundaries. If you say that you don't like getting calls past 10, then be consistent with that. Then people will be able to respect, and they'll know, you're standing on business. Like, you're not easily swayed, you don't easily change your mind. It's like, you're so fixed on your boundaries, so they'll be able to respect it more and be able to just, like, what can I say, they'll be able to cooperate with your boundaries. Then the other point is also communicate once your boundaries are crossed. So as I said, like, be able to point it out from the onset. So just communicate once you feel like your boundaries have been crossed. Just communicate to the person, but the person might not be knowing. They may mean well, but they don't realize that they've crossed it. Or maybe this person is also trying to test your boundaries, especially narcissists. They really do that. Like, they'll try and test your boundaries consistently, just to push your buttons, or just to make you change your mind, or make you like accept the advances or something. So be able to just like as in call it out, call it out if someone has disrespected your boundaries. Then prioritize self-love and engage in wholesome activities. So just be able to focus on self-love activities, like just do self-love things, do activities that make you feel, they engage you, that makes you feel joyful, that makes you feel fulfilled, you know especially when you're alone. Sometimes you just need some alone time, or with your friends. So just focus on that, and then you'll realize that you'll know, like, okay, there are things I cannot take, because now you really love yourself. Because when we don't have self-love, you tend to not quite have boundaries. So people will come and just do almost anything. They come and go. Sorry, they treat you as they please, and they don't, and you don't call them out on it. So it's always good to just practice self-love. So you're able to identify when someone is crossing your boundaries, or is not respecting your boundaries. Yeah. Then the other point is also respect other people's boundaries as well. So also, the way you want people to respect your boundaries, also you should also be able to respect their boundaries as well. So if someone tells you, please don't do that, or I'm not a touchy person, so please just kindly stop touching me a lot or hugging me, then it's always good to respect that and be like, okay, I'm so sorry if I crossed your boundaries. Then you just be able to accept that, and don't take it to heart, because everyone has their own thing. Like, people have different boundaries. So maybe one thing might be a boundary to me, it may not be a boundary to someone else. Some people will be like, hey, that's not a big deal, but to you, that's a boundary, that has been crossed. So also respect other people's boundaries. Then the other point is also to be polite but firm. So as much as you're stating your boundaries, be polite, and just be polite, but also show them that you stand on business. Like, this is what I don't like, and kindly, if you don't do that, kindly don't repeat that again. I don't like this behavior, like that. Then be prepared to enforce consequences with someone. So sometimes some people will keep on doing it, whatever it is that you've told them not to do. They'll disrespect your boundaries over and over and over and over again. So you really have to show them, they've already disrespected, you've communicated that this person has disrespected your boundaries, so they're not listening. So you should show them that there are consequences to that. So you can either block this person, or just walk away from this person, especially narcissists, because they really push your buttons and try to just disrespect your boundaries in whatever way, and whenever they get the chance to disrespect your boundaries. So the other point is also to frame your language positively and use I statements. So, like, for example, don't say, you don't call me, like, don't be rude. Don't tell someone you should stop doing that. You should, no. Just say I don't feel comfortable receiving calls like after 10 p.m. So kindly call me before 10 p.m. That's all. So use I statements more. So yeah, I think those are the points that I had for you today. If you have any more points, kindly note them down in the comment section. And as usual, it has been a pleasure. Take care. Until next time. Bye.